Welcome back this week to Oscar Overlander. So this week feels like a very short week because a lot of things going on right now. Usually in March, April is always a very busy time for me personally because gardening is going on. You know, you're planting the baby seeds and stuff like that. I don't know how many people are into gardening from you guys, but we have a house, we have a garden, and with those kind of circumstances out in the market, you know, you might want to grow your own vegetables if you can, you know, and I'm enjoying that. So that's why the seeding time is now, you know, and the baby plants need to be potted, separated and potted, so that all takes time. So that's why it seems like a short week. And additional to that, I do a little bit of prep work, prep myself, prep my bike for a upcoming race. Yeah, the race called Desert 100. You can look it up on YouTube. Yeah, it's interesting. It's a gong show. It's really a gong show, you know, and tons of fun. The organizers are the Stump Jumpers, MC, you know, from Washington. And they're doing a fantastic job. It's quite the show. So maybe we see us there. Who knows? Now I closed all the windows and the door as well with plastic, so I can heat up the shelter. And I run that heater for a tiny bit, really just for a short period of time. It is important to get to warm this place up, yeah, because we still have about 4 degrees Celsius outside, and because what I'm doing now is at the bottom, I made those plates, the bottom plates, the 3mm 1/8 plates, a little smaller than needed, because on the ends I have always, here's a good example, you can see it, there's the welding beads, right, where I welded it in, and I didn't take all the welding beads out completely, so that's why I made those plates shorter, and they basically bypass the welding beads. And now I'm taking a vacuum and clean this all out, you know, and then I will fill these gaps here, apply sealant in there, and then trowel it flat. And what I'm using, what I was talking about in the previous video is, in this case, Dynamic FC. First I vacuumed the whole thing, and now I have to vacuum it again because I cut all this excessive material off. I fill all these voids, you know, and as you can see, it's probably a little too much. I take a putty knife like this. I used that one already. You can see it's slightly kinked. A putty knife, and I go along the edges. You see here? Like that. And I do that everywhere. Now you might say, oh, there is a lot of material now here. I just moved it from there over there. That is correct. And I show you in a moment what I'm doing with that. Okay? And now I take a normal spatula, and then I go close to the metal, push it down and flatten it. And now I have it perfectly clean and flat. This surface is now flat. So yeah, I have the floor done, and looks sometimes a little messy because some gaps, they are really small, and then you can't push much into it, so it comes back out, and then I just trowel it flat, right? So there at the beginning it was a bigger gap, you see that's pretty clean, and I paid more attention, you know, but yeah, it's fine, it's all flat. It took me 6 of these 600 milliliter sausages. So if you try to find this Daimonic product, it is actually a Tremco product. You see it here? Tremco Daimonic FC. That's how you find it. Now, as you can see, I have taped all the caulking lines, the gaps. And you see here too. I have to walk around. So yeah, everything is taped. And now I am applying the Daimonic FC in here and then trowel it flat and peel the tape off again. I trowel the bead down and then I take the tape and remove it. And it's a nice clean fill. I got the beads done on this side and that's what it looks like now. Right? Let's check it here beside the bedroom window. See, it appears now way bigger than it really is, but it's closed completely, right? What I also did this week is basically planning ahead for the next few steps. I'm not just talking about the next step, a few steps. So the next step is basically adding all these angles, like here the L angle from the ceiling to the wall. To cover that, because this is now all sealed, right? All the seams are sealed, all the gaps are closed. So now I can cover it with the aluminum angle at the top. And also the flat material for the vertical seams, right? So I organized that, I picked it up this week and I have it here, I show you that. So here you see the bundle, which I picked up with all the corner coverings. And also the seam coverings, basically. So you see here on the outer space here, this is an angle 3 by 3 and 1/8 wall, 20 feet long. You know, I picked up 7 of those, I believe. 7, yeah, 7 of those for all the corners around the habitat. And also you see here on the outside, 2-inch wide, 1/8 thick flat material. And further, I could finally basically track down the needed wall covers on the inside, which when I say wall covers, I mean the plywood. Yeah. So I organized the plywood for the interior because this is not so easy because. That's, first of all, it's not just plywood. You go into Home Depot, pick up plywood and you just butcher it in there. You know, no, it has to be a higher quality plywood, like furniture grade, you know, and then at the floor, it should be a plywood which doesn't absorb any moisture, you know, and fairly thick, you know, 3/4 of an inch. And then the wall covers, they are a little thinner, but they are sanded, not pre-finished or something, you know, like lacquer on it or something, because we're going to wax the wood, and the ceiling needs to be at the highest grade, basically thinner for sure, you know, just a 3/8 in thickness or 9 mil. I had my doubts that I get my hands on it pretty quick, but I did, and I pick it up on Tuesday next week. So I have the aluminum, I have the plywood, I have the insulation already here, and this will also be the next step, basically putting it into the habitat, because all the gaps are closed now. I will install the insulation for a simple reason, that's logistic. the shop logistic, because it occupies quite a bit of space in my shop, the insulation pile, you know, and I want to get rid of it, put it in here, then is it out of the way, and I can place the plywood there. And also I bought myself this week, that's another thing, I bought myself a table saw, you know, like out of Facebook Marketplace, a used one, but a good one. You know, I picked it up and it has even a dust collector to it, so that's pretty cool. You know, yeah, so that's, but the thing is I can't even place it in the shop. Now I have my bike in here, you can see, right? That is taking space away. And yeah, it's getting pretty tight in here. So I need to get rid of some things, you know, and that's why my next step will be the insulation. So I wish you guys all a great weekend, you know, and also a good following week. And we will see you soon.